Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. KO21DVG. What are you doing here? He was clearly on his phone and talking to it and holding it up to his face. Anyway, what are you doing here? Good morning everyone. So I'm here early at Willesden Magistrates Court. The case is not listed on courtserve.net, so I have no idea if it'll even be going ahead. Hopefully it's just someone having forgotten to update the online systems. See you when I come out. Yeah, afternoon everybody. It's been a long day here waiting in court. The court were very tied up with A, a lot of cases, and B, one that took an extraordinary amount of time. So this case was scheduled for 10, and it was only heard about 2:30ish that I went in. So yeah, you'll see the video. It's pretty clear cut, I thought. I'm quite surprised actually that the driver went to defend it. He was not represented, he represented himself. The prosecutor was surprised too. Anyway, you know, that's his right. People can defend themselves in court and they should be allowed to. I firmly believe that everybody should be able to make as strenuous a defense as they can. But yeah, I did think it was a little bit pointless in this case. So I took the stand and I explained what had happened, that the driver was not parked, that he was live in a live queue of traffic, and so sorry, there's a passers-by. They were quite bemused by me filming here. So yeah, he was not parked. He was in live traffic. His foot was on the brake. He had a seatbelt on, and there was a dash light on in the car, and it was a red route with double red, so he was clearly not parked. And then explained that he was holding his phone in both hands down by the left-hand lower side of his steering wheel, that I saw him swipe up and close the messages app, and I saw him also then close, sorry, not the messages app, he first closed a particular conversation, then I saw the list of messages, he then closed the messages app, leaving a sat-nav app open, and noticed me and then put the phone quickly away on the console, and then ran on my way. I just said a sort of a oh dear to him, which caused one of the magistrates to chuckle. Anyway, so yes, then the defendant cross-examined me as he should do, and his basically you could hear him wondering why I was on the offside of the car and not on the cycle lane to his left. So there is actually a cycle lane to the left there, but it starts just before that final right-hand bend before I come up behind the queue of cars. So yeah, it's hard to get to. It's right in front of the little, and I only joined that cycle lane after, as you'll see exactly in the video, usually on that drop curb that you see with the bicycle painted on it. So it's just not convenient to go to. Plus, you know, it's normal to filter on the offside. It's a little bit safer to filter on the offside. So I'm generally going to filter past queues on the offside. And that also happens to be a good place to catch drivers on their phone. But then on the other hand, I've caught plenty of drivers on their phones from the near side, from the left. So it's not required. Anyway, going by some questions the prosecution laid to me, she wanted to know if I was at all threatening to the driver and whether I thought he could have felt threatened by me. And my absolute assertion was no. It was really a very low level interaction. There was nothing much spicy about it. There was no fear, no aggression. I don't think so. I mean, I can't see what I look like from the outside. So I guess that he was going to say that I put him in fear. And I pointed out that I don't think he even knew I was there until I'd already seen him using the phone, and the phone was already lit up. So then it was his turn to cross-examine me. Sorry, it was his turn to take the stand. He took the stand and he basically explained that this was a very strange situation. He felt an uncomfortable presence next to him. He wasn't sure if it was a cyclist or a bike. and he picked up his phone out of reaction to that, which I don't find very credible, having watched my own video back. And clearly the magistrates didn't either. They didn't go out for very long, literally like just over 5 or 10 minutes, and they were straight back in and found him guilty. He seemed really surprisingly upset by the whole story. The driver didn't have any other points, so he's not in danger of disqualification. He only has 6 points. I'm amazed that he spent so much money on defending it, and he's worried now about his insurance. Yeah, apparently it recently almost doubled anyway, which is in common with what a lot of other drivers have said, as I've read on Twitter. That's probably got to hurt on a very nice Jag like that. And I guess with the increase, more recently mobile phone increases are apparently not as much as double anymore. There could be as little as 35% increase from what I've read and what I've been told by insurance professionals. It all depends on the individual circumstances. So my guess is it's maybe a little bit money, and my other guess is that maybe it's a little bit ego, because most human beings do not like their driving being criticized. It's only natural. And at least one psychological study found that it was worse than being judged to be very bad in bed and with evidence. So yeah, long day in court. It's now, what's the time now? It's 10 to 4. Day finished. Anyway, I hope the driver doesn't take it personally. I have no feelings for or against him. I just hope he stops using his phone. I'm sure it wasn't the only time he used his phone either, so there we go. There's a bit of drama. I don't know what that's about. Some coppers here. I think maybe someone kicked off in the courtroom and they were wandering around inside there. I have no idea what went on, and I saw no sign of it. Okay, have a nice day. See you guys next time. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We got AV67EBO. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. We got AV67EBO.